Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds so gay. What's going on, guys? That sounds so fucking gay. What's going on, guys? Backyard Mechanic bringing you another episode. I decided to do something a bit different and record in my car. Just, you know, why not? In this episode, it's actually filled with mysteries, things that I've actually never seen in the flesh before. We're going to be dismantling the RB26 block. I've never done this before, but we are Backyard Mechanics, so, you know, we simply do not give a fuck. We're going to start with the sump. We're going to work our way down or up, in whatever way you're thinking about it, to the crankshaft. Then we're going to be getting at the connecting rods, and then obviously the pistons. They're probably going to come out, or they will be coming out together. Enough jibber jabber do. Play the damn intro.
What's going on, guys? It's been a while, and you're the fucking dumbest dog. Oh my god. Start again. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode. I haven't made a video in a while. I've just been working quite a bit. So I've been trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with this car. Like if I'm going to bore this out and put forged pistons in there, or you know, I've considered buying another block, standard short block, and putting that in. So I don't know, and I've recently found out that these marks that we've seen, I might just be able to remove them with a hone. So therefore I'll be able to retain the same standard pistons and all of that stuff, which is what I want. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the sump off now. Being the impatient bugger that I am, I can't wait to get the engine crane back. So I'm just going to roll it over onto its face, or the deck. So I'm going to roll it onto these planks of wood. It's still got the gasket on there, so nothing should go wrong. Should be fine. These are quite soft. And then we'll take the sump off, and then I can start taking the rest of the shit off, and then take pistons out. Alright, so we're just going to pull this over now. Going to be extremely careful as we roll this around. Hopefully should be able to get it up. And there you go. So now I can get at these bolts. So one thing that I forgot to let you guys know, my dad took the clutch and flywheel off, so I don't have footage of that, which is annoying. He just took it off because I told him that I couldn't get the sump off, and he just went ahead and took it off, and then found that there's just a couple more bolts back here that are holding everything still on, which is why I can't get it off. So that's off now. So now I'll take those off, because we've already taken the other ones off in that other video. I did that on a different day. This is a different day now. This is like a couple of weeks after that. So I'll take these off and pull the sump off. at that, nigga. Whoops, sorry. Beep! Beep, beep, beep! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Yay! 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 Get out of here, you mutt! Get out! Get in there. Look at that! Alrighty, let's have a squiz. Alright, so this is the sump. And that's the front. Yep, that's the front. Baffle plate, I think. This is all stuff that I've never visually seen in person before, so you know, it all looks a bit different. Front drive shaft, which should be something that goes through there, which looks like it. Diff, front diff, and then over here, that is the oil pickup. And I'm pretty sure that these are also baffle plates as well. This has a name. I'm pretty sure it's called a Cradle. I think it's called a Cradle. And then this is the. It's a bit hard to see with all this stuff in, but these things that you see here is the crank and ank. So they go along. It's another piece of it there. Another piece of it there, and then that with those two bolts there, they are the bottom caps of the connecting rod. So they connect the connecting rod to the crank, and then the other half is just there. Oops, hang on, the camera focus. Where are we? Focus camera not focusing. Kind of. You can kind of see it. It's a bit dark down there, but you see it. And lastly, that thing there, just left of that bolt that you can see, which is out of focus. That little hole there, you go. That is an oil. Fuck, what is it called? Basically, they squirt oil. Either that or they shoot. I can't remember what they do. I'm pretty sure that they squirt oil down out of that little hole, or they squirt it. I don't know, we'll have to have a look when we take shit off. But they squirt oil in a specific direction, I mean a specific area that needs it, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know how many of these there are. Well, actually it looks like they're all along this side. But anyway, so that's cool, that's wicked, we've taken that off. So now I'm pretty game to have a go at this and start taking this stuff off. So we'll start by, it's all pretty dirty, isn't it? But anyway, we'll start by taking the oil pickup. We'll take that off, and we'll take these baffle plates off, 1 and 2, and that will expose the cradle. And then after that, the cradle should be able to take the cradle out, hopefully, and then we can start getting at the crank and sliding the pistonians out. Anyway, we shall continue and make the progress of the GTR Godzilla. Godzilla. That's no dig it. I'm not trying to be racist or anything, I'm just trying to be an idiot. Don't rain on me, don't rain on me, don't rain on me. Oh baby, don't rain on me. I need some plastic bags. Alright, so that's oil pickup. Okay, so as you can see, this is what it looks like without the baffle plates on there. So these things here and here, they're also on the other sides of these as well. They're counterweights, so when the piston's spinning this crankshaft, things don't get thrown out of balance. So they're counterweights to make sure that things spin properly. These three here that you can see, well, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, they are the top of the caps of the connecting rods, and this bit, this is the crank. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, they are, I'm pretty sure they are the main studs, I think, from my backyard mechanic knowledge. Okay, so now we're going to crack these. Sorry if I'm getting all these names wrong, but I've never, as I said, I've never gone down this far before. Pretty sure they're called main studs. I'm going to call them main studs. Let's continue. So I'm going to crack these main studs in the star pattern as to not, because this will definitely be torqued to a specific setting, same as when the head, that's been torqued, and the cams, that's been torqued. So we're going to crack these in a star pattern and work our way around in a star pattern. Going from the inside out a row here. So if you guys are picking up on this pattern that I'm going at, that's the way you're meant to evenly displace load as to not warp anything or crack anything or damage anything. And we're only working in half turns, or not even, about 3/4 turns, so that as it releases pressure, it all comes off nice and evenly. Sorry, Ma! Oh, shit. Now we'll go a bit more on it. So after I've gone this last time over it, I'll just undo these by hand. Yeah, definitely a main stud. This is actually a bolt, so main bolt. I'll be putting main studs in mine. It smells very weird. There was just a bit of pressure on there. I thought that's what would be the case because it had been on there for so long. So that is the cradle in there, and in those grooves it doesn't look like there's something there, it just looks like it's part of the cradle, but there's actually bearings in there. They're called main bearings, and they help. I don't know if you can see, but on this, let's see on the camera, you can see that little notch there. So they, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly why they're there, but then, man, what? I actually think that's to help it lock it in, so that the bearing doesn't spin. So they're all along one side and they're not on the other side. And I'm pretty sure that that notch is also on the other side as well. So when this goes back in, those notches are on my side at the moment. So when this slides back in, those notches will meet up on the other half of the bearing, and that's what. And then in there you've also got, when you put this back together, you've got which I'll be showing you how to do. But you've got got to have a set clearance in here to let oil come in and lubricate it. It's very, 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 very minuscule, and it's very important when building an engine or putting one back together that you make sure that you do that step and you get it right. Because if you don't, if the gap's not there, if it's too tight, then you're not going to have any oil in here, and I'm pretty sure that's how you spin a bearing, I think, because of friction. So now we can see these points along here that are all in the middle. So that's where the cradle comes down, puts tension on the crankshaft to keep it all in place, and then as everything spins over, which I'm not going to do, as everything spins, these are the pistons here. So we'll actually, I've never taken a crank out before. Alright, so now we're going to take this oil pump off. I hope this comes with it. Alright, so after a little bit of dilly-dallying, I wasn't sure how to get this off. You actually just pop the seal from, this is the oil pump, this front unit. Wasn't sure if, because obviously this is the crank, this bit here. Oh yeah. And that's where your timing belt goes on. So I wasn't sure if, how this came off. So I was just gently prying around, and you actually just remove it. It just slides off with the oil pump. And there you go. Had a little locating dowel. Wait, it's not a locating dowel. What are they called? I can't remember what I said the name before. Woodruff key. That's it. Got him! Got it! And now this should slide out. That's your oil pump. So I'm going to see, have a look at the price and see if I'm going to change one of the oil pump gear in here. That's it there. Alright, so now to get the other half of the, I've still got some other things to do first, but to get each end of the crank out, we need to take this is where the flywheel connects to. So it's got this little case on it. So we'll take the case off, and then we can slide that this way, slide that out, and then we can take the connecting rod caps off, and then we'll be able to slide the crank out and then the pistons at the same time. For anyone who's new to my channel and is unaware, I am not a mechanic, and I have actually never done this before. So yeah, this is all exciting to me, and obviously learning a lot of stuff as I go. So now, hopefully, this should, with a bit of force, there we go, that should slide out. So there's another, that's a seal there, because obviously you've got oil on the other side, and your flywheel will be here, so we've got a seal. Pretty sure this is called the big end seal, I think. Not too sure, but anyway. Let's crack these suckers. Now we're going to stick this towel underneath so that if the pistons decide to fall down that way to the floor, I've got something to hold on to. So these should just come off with a jiggle like that, and they too have the same thing that the main bearings had. So these are the rod bearings, and they have that little notch as well, same thing. Actually, what I might do, howdy, what I'll do, so I'm pretty sure that when you take these off, that you're meant to keep them, if you're going to reuse them, that you need to keep them together, because you've got clearances and stuff down here. Shizzle. So it's quite important to... Oh, actually they are numbered, aren't they? Wicked. Oh, well there you go. They're numbered on the side, I didn't tell you that. That works. Makes it easy. I can just take them off, don't have to worry about it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this screwdriver and I'm going to put it down on the other side of the piston head to push the piston down a smidgen so that it will break the seal and I can get this cap off. Alright, so now we can take the crank out. The crank! We can take the crank out. Okay, so now what we have to do is just gently, if we drop this and chip it, we're fucked. We're cuckold. So just gently and evenly lift it up. And that's it. So that is the crankshaft. And I'm gonna go put it away before I drop it. Now with everything, with the crank out, that is the piston. Well, that's the connecting rod. The thing at the end is the piston. And that's the other half of the cap of the connecting rod. So they came together, bearing, bearing, bearing. So they're in these grooves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're main bearings. These ones that go in the connecting rods, they're rod bearings. And they are the little oil squirters. So I think what actually happens is it picks up oil and squirts it to the underneath of the piston, which obviously, because at the other side of the piston, on the piston face, it's subject to extreme temperatures, so I'm pretty sure that's cooling it down. So now what we have to do is, because all these oil squirters are in the way and I don't want to touch them because I don't know how to take them off, we're going to rotate the block to the side and hopefully nothing will fall out, I hope. And then we can pull the pistons out, and then we're laughing. Now when you take these out this way, you have to be extremely careful. You have to be very sure to keep these straight going down. Because if you don't, you can actually scratch your boards even more. So this is the piston head, which swivels. You got a big pin that goes through here, and then you've got a locking ring here, and I'm pretty sure there's one on the other side. Yep. And that slightly moves. I'm not sure why there's movement there. I'm pretty sure there is meant to be movement there, obviously, but I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Bearing, and I'm pretty sure that this is an I-beam connecting rod. So these are not as strong as H-beams.
That was actually really fun. I've actually, as you know, never done that before, but we didn't break anything, so we're all good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. Next episode, we're actually going to be dismantling the cylinder head, and they're actually quite different from an RB25. Obviously, they've got the inlet is different. Yeah, it's got a plenum as opposed to the overhead of the RB25. Please show me some love and drop a like for your backyard mechanic. And as always, we will see you on the next one.
That's where we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you on the next one, the next episode of Backyard Mechanic.
One day, sorry about my horrible car noises, but I can't wait! Oh shit.